Would you please? السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك سميع مجيب الدعاء. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع ونفس لا تشبع ودعاء لا يسمع. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Today, inshallah, we are going to continue the story of Musa alayhi salam with Al-Khidr. Can you remember we already started the story last time? And the story started um, by a man asked Musa alayhi salam, من أعلم أهل الأرض, who is the most knowledgeable person on the earth? And Musa replied that it's me, okay, without attributing knowledge that Allah is the one who told him this knowledge, okay, and even he just gave him the answer directly without says Allah knows best. Okay, I don't know. Maybe there's someone who is more knowledgeable than me. So Allah blamed Musa alayhi salam for answering this man directly without attributing knowledge to Allah. Um, and Allah inspired Musa alayhi salam that is a man who is more knowledgeable than you, and his name is Al-Khidr, and you can so Musa promptly replied, قال كيف لي به يعني how do I find him. Okay, so look at the humbleness of Musa alayhi salam and his inspiration and longing for knowledge despite his old age. Um, so Allah told him that if you'd like to meet this man, you can meet him in عند مجمع البحرين, the when the 2 points of oceans met. Okay, and he gave him a sign and told him, you take a fish and in your palate, and this fish is supposed to be died, because you are going to take it in your lunch, and this fish will take its way in the ocean in the point of meeting. Okay, so this is a sign for you to know the point of meeting. So Musa alayhi salam took his servant Yusha bin Nun and took their way in the sea. And as we mentioned last time, um, Musa alayhi salam told his servant that he will sleep for take a nap, okay, and your task is to just remind me when you find the fish takes its way in the ocean, because this is the point of meeting. So Yusha bin Nun, and Yusha bin Nun's reply to this task, it's easy, he told him it's easy, he take it easy, because this is something visible, okay. And subhanallah, he forgot to tell Musa alayhi salam when the fish took its way in the ocean. um so Allah said in the Quran, let me have the mushaf. فنسيا حوتهما نسيا حوتهما. So Allah mentioned the form, grammatically speaking, the form of musanna, of dual, okay, although this was the task of Yusha bin Nun as instructed by Musa alayhi salam. But this is because, what can we learn from this point? It's your responsibility to supervise, okay? If you assigned someone to do a task, this doesn't mean that it's not your own responsibility. You should make sure to remind him, what about the fish? Okay, you should check upon the person you assigned him to do a task, because this is like dual responsibility. Okay, so you should follow up with this one you assigned him to do this task. So, anyways, Shaitan made Yusha bin Nun to forget this point of meeting. And think also about the action of Shaitan. Shaitan doesn't want righteous people to meet, okay? Because of righteous people, maybe they will do righteous things and they will get more good deeds, okay? So Shaitan didn't want this. So he made Yusha bin Nun to forget about the fish, and he didn't tell Musa alayhi salam about it. And when Musa alayhi salam told him, okay, he waked up after his nap and told him, let's have our lunch. لقد لقينا من سفرنا هذا نصبا. We have overtired, you see. Um, so he started looking for the fish and told him, "Oh, the fish took its way on the ocean, and I forgot to tell you about this. وما أنسانيه إلا الشيطان أن أذكره." Okay, so Musa alayhi salam didn't um started blaming him and so on. No, he started action. Okay, he started taking their way back uh, to search for um, where the fish slipped away. Okay, slip away in the ocean. Um, so he said, Allah said in the Quran, فارتد على آثارهما قصصا. So they started to follow their footsteps, okay, in order to find the point where the fish took its way in the ocean. فوجد عبدا من عبادنا. This is Al-Khidr. It's a servant of Allah. آتيناه رحمة من عندنا وعلمناه من لدنا علما. This is Al-Khidr, okay? And when Al-Khidr met Musa alayhi salam, uh, he told him that Allah taught me some knowledge, okay? You have no idea about them, okay? And also Allah taught you some knowledge. I have no idea about them, okay? And our knowledge, I mean, he means the knowledge of Musa alayhi salam, the knowledge of Al-Khidr is nothing compared to the knowledge of Allah. Okay, so Al-Khidr was so humble. He knows that Musa alayhi salam is one from أولي العزم في الرسل. He is a prophet with a message, okay, and he has the Torah. So um, so he knows that Musa alayhi salam is more knowledgeable than him in certain areas related to Sharia and so on. Allah give Al-Khidr some certain knowledge related to the unseen, okay? But he attributed his knowledge to Allah, okay? He said, Allah, give me some knowledge. So he attributed his knowledge is to Allah. And even by the end of the stories, we will go through them. He will tell him that وَمَا فَعَلْتُهُ عَنْ أَمْرِي ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ. I didn't do it on my own. Okay, I just inspired by Allah to do this. Um, so let's start inshallah the verses of today. So they met. We stopped the last time that Musa alayhi salam met Al-Khidr and he asked for his permission to follow him. هل أتبعك على أن تعلمني مما علمت رشدا. And Al-Khidr told him, you will not be able to be patient because you will see things that are unusual. But he told him that ستجدني إن شاء الله صابرا ولا أعصي لك أمرا. You will find me patient and I will not disobey you. And this will this today's class will be the beginning of their journey together. So I just want a sister to read the verses of today, inshallah. Sister Farida, would you please start? The
السلام
Arabic text only.
عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أعوذ
Go ahead.
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فانطلقا حتى إذا ركبا في السفينة خرقها قال أخرقتها لتغرق أهلها لقد جئت شيئا إمرا قال ألم أقل إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا
تستطيع. Try to differentiate between ta and ta. تستطيع. تستطيع.
تستطيع
Yeah.
تستطيع معي صبرا قال لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت ولا ترهقني من أمري عسرا
ترهق. ترهقني. قاف has قلقلة.
ترهقني
Yeah.
ولا ترهقني من أمري عسرا فانطلق Read it. فانطلقا حتى إذا
لقي. قي.
لقيا
Mhm.
لقيا غلاما فقتله قال أقتلت نفسا زكية بغير نفس بغير نفس لقد جئت شيئا نكرا قال ألم أقل لك إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا قال إن سألتك عن شيء بعدها فلا تصاحبني قد بلغت من لدني عذرا
Mhm.
فانطلقا حتى إذا أتيا أهل قرية استطعما أهلها فأبوا أن يضيفوهما فوجدا فيها جدارا يريد أن ينقض فأقامه قال لو شئت لاتخذت عليه أجرا قال هذا فراق بيني وبينك سأنبئك بتأويل ما لم تستطع عليه صبرا
Yeah, أحسنتي ما شاء الله. Well, would you please start reading the English version? I'm
Was it
sorry.
me?
If you can do it, if you feel like you're
Oh, it's
so.
okay.
Mhm.
When they agreed to that, they set out to the seashores where they came across a ship, which they boarded for free as an honor to Khidr. Khidr then made a hole in the ship by removing one of its planks. Musa said to him, "Did you make a hole in the ship whose owners let us board for free in the hope that they may drown? You have done something confusing and puzzling."
Yeah. So let me just comment on this. As we know, they started their journey together, and Al-Khidr is supposed to do unusual acts, and Musa like anyone with good nature will disagree to his actions because he doesn't know the purpose behind his actions. Okay. So Al-Khidr started to when they set out to the seashore, okay. People know Al-Khidr that he is a righteous man and so on, so they boarded Al-Khidr and Musa alayhi salam for free as the owner to Al-Khidr because they know him as a righteous man. Al-Khidr made something unusual, which is uh making like a hole in this ship. Okay, of course he has a wisdom that we will know later on, inshallah. But Musa can't bear to see this. Okay, he rejected and told him, لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا إِمْرًا. You made something confusing and puzzle. Have you responded to what they made for us? They just boarded us for free. Okay, and how you respond like this, how you made a hole to those innocent owners of ship. Okay, so this his response was like a breach of the agreement, his agreement with Al-Khidr, because Al-Khidr asked him from the very beginning, فإن اتبعتني فلا تسألني عن شيء. Okay, if you follow me, don't ask me about anything. So uh, Al-Khidr will blame him for breaching this agreement. So what did Al-Khidr said? Go on.
Kadir said to Musa, did I not say you will not be able to bear patience over what you see me doing? Kadir said to Musa, did I not say you will not be able to bear patience over what you see me doing?
Yeah, so he is blaming Musa. Did I not tell you that you will not be patient? So Musa uh will offer sorrow for Al-Khidr because he forgot. He told him لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت. Don't take me to task on account of my breaking the pledge. Okay, because I forgot. Okay, so what did Musa alayhi salam told him?
Musa alayhi salam said to Khadr, do not take me to task on account of my breaking the pledge forgetfully, and do not make it difficult and hard for me to accompany you.
So then Al-Khidr accepted his apologies for getting this agreement, and they started to do something which is much stranger than the previous actions. So what did Al-Khidr made? Go on.
After the disembarked from the ship, they set out walking along the seashores. When they saw a young boy who was still not an adult playing with the other boys, Khadr killed him, and Musa said to him, did you kill a pure soul that is still a minor for no sin? You have really done something evil.
Yeah, so when they started to go to disembarked from the ship, okay, they set out walking along the seashore. They found a group of young boys playing together, and Al-Khidr took one of them and killed this boy. So Musa started يعني denying this action and said, did you kill up your soul that is still a minor for no sin? I mean, this young boy didn't kill anyone, so you are killing this one in return. Okay, this is not qasas because the qasas is not applied here. This is a minor. So how come you kill a pure soul that is still a minor for no sin? You already made something evil. Okay, so um we truly appreciate the action of Musa alayhi salam, and we also need to learn from this action. When you see something wrong, don't stay silent and quiet and say it's not my own business. Okay, you need to speak. Okay, if you are caring about people, your ummah, your nation, you need to speak up. Okay, don't stay silent. Even I mean, especially in cases that is so strange like this. Um, but Al-Khidr told him, of course, haven't we agreed not to ask me about anything? Because, uh, as I told you from the very beginning, Al-Khidr is inspired by Allah, and even he would tell so by the end of the stories, وَمَا فَعَلْتُهُ عَنْ أَمْرِي. So he inspired by Allah to do this. Okay. So and by the end of the stories, he will elaborate and clarify for him the reasons for each action. Okay, so this is also a lesson for us. We may see something strange in our life. We see that how come we have all these calamities, and later on we discovered that this was out of mercy from Allah. So we will learn that the ship that has become defective for the owners of the shipper, this was good for them. Okay, so this may reply to all concerns that we stand wondering why Allah is doing us to us, although we are trying to obey Allah and so on. So we may know the wisdom later on. We may not learn the wisdom uh, like the parents of this man. Okay, we will discover later on that this man, Allah knows that if he become an adult, he will tire his parents, and he may even turn them into disbelievers. Okay, because he will be so transgressor and so on. So, uh, so think about the parents. How did they feel if you lose your child? Okay, out of no way. Think about this young boy who was killed for no reason. But Allah knows best that this young boy, if he become an adult, he will be so transgressor and disobedient and will tire his parents who are righteous. وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا. So Allah did the good for them and replace them um, and compensate them with another child. It's a jariyah, it's a girl uh, who will be a joy for them. So we may not know the reason during our life, we may not know the wisdom, but we trust Allah's plan. We should trust Allah's plan. Go ahead. So Al-Khadr
Qadr,
again
Qadr
blaming Musa
says to
alayhi
Musa
salam.
alayhi salam. Yeah. Qadr said to Musa alayhi salam, I said to you, O Musa, you will never be able to bear the matter carry out.
Sister Azan, please go ahead.
Qadr said to Musa alayhi salam, I had said to you, O Musa, you will never be able to bear the matter I will carry out.
Yeah, so again, Al-Khadr is blaming Musa for asking him or for denying his actions and told him, haven't I told you from the beginning that you will not bear the matter you will see? Um, so Musa will give him a final pledge and told him, okay, this is the final time. I have no more excuses. Okay, if I ask you again, it's over. Okay, you have enough reasons to hope uh to stop having me as your companion. Okay, so so what did Musa alayhi salam replied?
Musa alayhi salam said to Qadr, forgive me a second time. Uh, but if I ask you about anything after this time, then leave me, for you would have reached the limit for which you can be excused for leaving my company, as I would have opposed your command 3 times.
So after 3 times, it's over. Okay. So think about the etiquettes of patience um of Musa alayhi salam, and he bearded that he didn't even argue with him. He didn't even told him, haven't you see what you have meant? I have excuse for rejecting. This is doesn't go and so on. No, he knows that this man knows more than him, and he is his teacher in his place. So he was so polite. Because he is in the position of a student, right, in in this situation. So he was so polite, and he was so patient, and replied politely to his um to Al-Khidr alayhi salam, who is teaching him. Okay, so this is a sort of situation. Go
Then they
ahead.
walked until then they walked until they came to the people of a village from whom they asked for food, but the people of village refused to feed them and fulfill the right of hospitality towards them. Then they found a wall in the well, in the village, which was, is it well? Oh, sorry, this is wall. They found a wall in the village which was tilting and about to fall and break. So Khadr fixed it until it was straight. So Musa alayhi salam said to Khadr, if you wanted to take a wedge for fixing it, you could have, as you need it after they have refused to host us.
Yeah, so the third situation, they um it's about people of a village who rejected to feed them. Okay, so they ignore the right of the guests, which is something awful. We should not do like this. We as Muslims are supposed to honor and be generous to our guests, even if we don't know them. Okay. Uh, so those people of village, they rejected or refused to feed them and fulfill the right of hospitality regarding them or towards them. However, Al-Qadr didn't treat them the same way. He found a wall that it was about to fall and break. So Al-Khidr fixed this wall with no return. Okay, for free. Okay, he made this wall straight for free. So Musa said to Al-Khidr, if you wanted to take a wage or like a fees for fixing this wall, you could have to this because they even refused to host us. Okay, so take your fees. It's your right. Okay, so he didn't bear to see Al-Khadr doing something for free for people who even refused to host them. Okay, so how did Al-Khadr reply to Musa?
Al-Qadr said to Musa alayhi salam, this objection to me not taking a wedge for erecting the wall is the point of separation between me and you. I shall inform you of the explanation of what you saw me doing, but which you were unable to bear.
Yeah, so he told him, you have reached the limit, and this is the point of our separation, and I'm going to explain for you what you couldn't bear. Okay, so think about even the politeness in separation. I mean, if we can't reach an agreement with someone, this doesn't mean that to disrespect one another or to talk harshly to one another. No, we can uh, separate from each other politely. Okay, so we can learn from this situation also. If we cannot reach an agreement with someone, we should take our way and uh, have have separation, okay, between one another, but in a very polite and decent way. Okay, so um next time, inshallah, in next class, we will know the explanation for each action Al-Khidr did. We will know the wisdom behind it and the purpose behind each action. And all of these wisdoms are inspired by Allah, and all his actions also are inspired by Allah. Okay, he didn't do anything out of his own desire or something like this. um okay, so I thank you, sister Rufaida. I just want another sister to read Tafsir Al-Sa'di who would like to volunteer. Sister Bilqis, any other sister, Fahima? Okay, go on. Sister Sophia, go on.
Yes. So they set out until when they had boarded a boat, he scuttled it. That is, Al Khidr pulled out a plank of it, and he had a reason for doing that, which he was going to explain. But Musa, he could not be patient because it appeared outwardly to be something bad, for it was damage to the boat which could have caused its passengers to drown. Hence Musa said, "Have you scuttled it in order to drown its passengers? You have certainly done a dreadful thing. That is something serious and awful." This was due to lack of patience on his part. So Al Qidr said to him, "Did I not say you will never be able to have patience with me? That is, it has happened as I said it would." This was due to forgetfulness on Musa's part. So he said, "Do not take me to task for what I have forgotten, and do not make it too difficult for me to follow you. That is, do not be too hard on me and be easygoing with me. This came about because of forgetfulness. So do not take me to task the first time." Thus, he both admitted his error and asked for forgiveness for it, as if he was saying, "You should not be harsh with your companion, O Khidr." So Al Khidr forgave him.
Yeah, أحسنتي ما شاء الله, well done. Here this is about the first story, as we said. Al-Qadr made the ship defective by making a hole into it. So this appeared outwardly to be something bad, but we will know later on this was for their own benefit. Okay, because there will be unjust king who take any perfect ships. Okay, take only perfect ships. So if he found that this ship defective, he didn't take this ship. So subhanallah, this very small hole that doesn't even make it drowning. Okay, deformed. I mean, it can be performed, can be deformed. Okay, this hole can be deformed, but this hole protects the chip from be taken by the king, this unjust king. Okay, so if you know the wisdom behind Al-Khadr action, and I mean the owner of the ship, if they know the wisdom behind behind Al-Khadr action, they would be thankful for him. Okay, so this is a lesson for us. If you find any situation that appeared outwardly to be something bad, maybe this is good for you, and you later on you may be thankful for Allah for having this calamity, for having this illness. Maybe if you look to more destructive illness, you may be thankful for Allah for uh this light illness, or this unchronic at least illness. Even if you have chronic illness, maybe you should be thankful for Allah for not dying of this illness. So even look to those uh who are more tested than you. Okay, because we are different in tests, and we have tests in different areas, but Allah give you the test in the point that you can bear. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. We already studied this in the concluding verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. So make sure that you you can bear the test that Allah gave you. It's within your capacity. Okay. Um, and think that what could appear to be outwardly something bad, maybe later on, or even you don't know throughout your life, but make sure this is good for you. عجبا لأمر المؤمن إن أمره كله له خير. Okay, all decrees for believers are good. إذا أصابته ضراء صبر. If he was struck with something bad, he shows patience, and this is good for him. وإذا أصابته سراء شكر فكان خيرا له. And if he was struck by or tested by something good, he is grateful, and this is good for him. So don't be concerned with the situation you are in or what happening to you, but just occupy your mind with your reaction and your station, what Allah wants from you at the moment. If you are tested with something good, you should be grateful. If you are tested with something hard, you should show patience and satisfaction with all decrees of Allah. Okay, so this is what you should think about your reaction, because this is what will be written in your record of deeds. Okay. um and just trust Allah's plan for you. Allah do what is the best for you. Maybe Allah intends for you a higher rank in paradise, that your good deeds are not sufficient for you to reach this rank. So you need to be tested with hard situations in order to be rewarded and be qualified for this rank. Okay. So Allah is doing the best for you. Make sure of this. The second point we have here is not to, if you are teachers, okay, don't be so hard on your students. Be easygoing, okay? If they told you, okay, I forget, okay, accept their apologies. It's not the end of world, okay? So we need to be easygoing. We don't need to be so hard on people in general and students in particular. And also we need to be and this is an advice for both of them, either you are a student or a teacher, to treat each other with respect and politeness. Okay, with the respect and politeness. um so let's move to um and to forgive each other. If he so Al-Khidr forgave him for the first time, forgave him for the second time, and for the third time he told him, sorry, you cannot bear, because this is like a recurrent situation. Okay, so each time uh you will show this wondering and something like this, because you have the right. This is something unusual. Okay, so uh, let's continue. Would you please continue, Sister Safina?
Yes, Ustaza. So they set out until when they met a boy, Hep, that is, Al-Khidr, killed him. Musa became very angry and was overtaken by religious zeal when his companion killed a small boy who had done no wrong. Musa said, have you killed an innocent soul who killed no one? You have done a terrible thing. For what evil could be greater than killing a small child who had done nothing wrong and had not killed anyone? The first time Musa had forgotten, but this was not forgetfulness, rather, it was a lack of patience. After Al-Khidr killed the boy, and Musa alayhi salam, peace be upon him, had objected vehemently to what appeared to be a heinous act, Al-Khidr said to him, did I not say to you, you will never be able to have patience with me? Musa said to him, if I ever ask you about anything after this, do not keep me in your company. That is, you will be justified for not keeping me in your company for then you will have good reason to part company, and you will have done your best to keep me in your company.
Yeah, Jazakallahu khairan. So the second story we have, as we said, Al-Khidr killed a young boy who have done nothing. He didn't kill anyone, and so Musa alayhi salam was angry with his action and told him, "Have you killed an innocent soul who killed no one? You had done a terrible thing." So look to the Musa reaction. Uh, his reaction right now was harsher than the first one because this is a killing. Okay, the problem here is so great. So he was so angry with this action, and um, and Al-Khidr told him, "Haven't I told you that you cannot bear?" Um, and so on. And he told him, "Okay, if I did anything, if I rejected to anything, or if I ask you about anything after this, don't keep me in your company." Okay, so this is the second story. What can we learn away or take away from this story? As we said, we should not keep silent. If we see heinous or evil action, we should speak up, like Musa alayhi salam, because this is outwardly unusual, okay? Al-Khidr, as we said, is inspired by Allah. So this is a special case, okay? But I mean, this is not the usual. So if you see anyone killing a boy, don't say maybe he knows or inspired by Allah. Doesn't apply in this time. So we need not to be silent and say it's not our business. We need to speak up and reject it to such situations. Um, yeah, we need to have sabr in seeking knowledge and look at the sabr of Musa alayhi salam, and he bears his blaming each time, and he didn't give up and told him, "Okay, if you cannot bear my rejection, okay, it's from the first time." No, he started um يجاهد نفسه, يعني he started striving to have knowledge. um uh, yeah, this is الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. Excellent. So we should speak up if we see something wrong. Okay, even I mean, either to forbid something bad or even to instruct people to do something good. So this is أمر بالمعروف means to instruct people to do something good, and النهي عن المنكر to forbid them to do something bad. So here Musa alayhi salam is practicing this principle, which we as Muslims are supposed to practice as well. So let's move to um, the final story. Would you please
Yes,
continue?
Ustaza. So that is, they requested hospitality, but the people did not welcome them. They found there a wall that was they found there a wall that was about to fall down. That is, it was in poor repair and was about to collapse. But he, namely Al-Khidr, repaired it, that is, he fixed it and restored it. Musa said to him, "If you wished, you could have obtained some payment for it. That is, the people of this town did not give us any hospitality, even though that was required of them. But you restored this wall without any payment, when you were able to take payment for it." On this occasion, Musa did not fulfill the promise he had made. So Al-Khidr had good reason to part ways with him. Al-Khidr said to Musa, "This is the parting of the ways between me and you, for you had committed yourself to that, and now you have no excuse left, and there is no way that you can continue to keep company with me. Now, I will explain to you the significance of that which you were unable to bear with patience. That is, I shall tell you about those things that you objected to me doing, and I will inform you of the reasons I had for what I did. for I have knowledge of how matters will unfold.
Yeah, Jazakallahu khairan. So,
Right.
they um so the third story had is about the village that they requested hospitality, but the people didn't welcome them. Okay, they didn't offer hospitality to Musa and Al-Khidr alayhi salam. So what can we take away from this? We as Muslims should offer hospitality to guests, okay, to Muslim guests at least, um, and welcome them. This is their own right. Okay, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. So those who believe in Allah and in the hereafter, this is part of your iman in Allah and in the hereafter. You should be generous to guests, to a ضيف. Okay. Um, so those people didn't offer them any kind of hospitality. However, Al-Khidr, they built the wall that was about to fall for no return. Okay, so what can we take away also from this action? Don't treat people as they treated you. Okay, so they dejected and didn't welcome them and didn't offer any kind of hospitality. However, he made a favor for them. He repaired and fixed a wall that was about to fall. Okay, so we are not supposed to treat people uh, by the same way they treated us because we are treating Allah in first place. Okay, we are expected the reward from Allah, not from people. Okay, so don't have the people in your mind or don't put people in your mind and just to treat people based on what Allah instructed you to treat people and um and treat people as you want Allah to treat you. Treat them with mercy, with kindness, with generosity. Okay. Um, this is one thing. The second thing is before separation, um, and this is one of the etiquette of separation between companions, even if you are teachers, if you are spouses, if you are partners in a business or something like that, you should be separated with respect and with clarification of the reasons. Okay, just to be satisfied and to be reassured. Okay, this is one of the etiquette we should also learn. You should clarify the reasons. I will inform you of the reasons. Okay, so this is one of the etiquette also we can learn from that situation. Um, uh, Balance of Musa as generous to the travelers. What do you mean by balance? المسافرون, yeah. What do you mean by balance? Hmm.
Balance, as in Ustaza, he was a very good person and he was very generous. But when he saw that these people are so evil that they do not do anything for anyone, he wanted to teach them a lesson. So a moment can be balanced in certain circumstances.
Uh-huh. When you said travelers, I suppose
The
that
next one is about, yeah, the next is a different point actually. Alayhi salam, Musa, balance of Musa alayhi salam. And then we have to be generous to the travelers for people who are traveling from long distances. And it is
yeah.
very evil not to offer help to those in need. And we have to keep our promises like Musa alayhi salam kept it.
Yeah, أحسنتي جزاك الله خيرا. And also it's even to not offer help to those in need. Yeah, even they were not good to us, we need to save them if there will be a harm for them, like the wall that was about to fall. This uh may be harmful for people. So even they don't welcome us, I should help them because they need this help and to keep our promises Of course, we are supposed to keep our promises, and we can also find excuses for Musa alayhi salam not to be able to keep his promise because he saw unusual things. Okay, and even his reaction each time for rejecting to rejecting these unusual actions is praiseworthy in his case, right? So Jazakallahu khairan, of course, for these points. So let's continue, inshallah. Yeah, I need another sister to read. What have we known about Allah from these verses? Can anyone read?
Yes, Ustad.
Go ahead, Sister Fatima.
What have I known about Allah Almighty? Allah the Almighty is Ar-Rahim, the
Ar-Rahim,
ever
yeah.
merciful, the one who shows his true servants with his mercy and shows favor and goodness to them. Allah the Almighty, the all whose knowledge is comprehensive and extends to all that is seen and unseen, apparent and hidden, present and future, near and far. His knowledge precedes and he is intuitively aware of all things, even before they happen. This is he of all details, and nothing goes unnoticed or unrecorded. Indeed, is the omniscient. Allah the Almighty is Al-Hakim, the all-wise, the most judicious, and the all-wise. He possesses the ability to determine right from wrong and is free from error and misguide and misunderstanding. His design is nature and life. His designs in nature and life are perfect and accurate. He is the only one qualified to judge the worth of all things.
Yeah, أحسنتي ما شاء الله. Well done. So what have we known about Allah? Allah is Ar-Rahim, the ever merciful, and we differentiated before between Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. And we said that Ar-Rahman is about His mercy to all creatures, believers and disbelievers, animals and humans. Okay, to all creatures, but Ar-Rahim is about a specific kind of mercy shown only for true servants. For true servants. So if you are looking for a special kind of mercy, invoke upon Allah Ar-Rahim and treat people also with Rahmah, with mercy, in order Allah to be Rahim to you, to shower you with mercy, and to show favor and goodness to you. Okay, so this is Ar-Rahim, and all Allah's acts are done out of His Rahmah, and this what Al-Khidr will tell Musa عليه السلام رحمة من ربي وما فعلته عن أمري ذلك تأويل ما لم تستطع عليه صبرا. So all these things I have done is out of Allah Rahmah, Allah's Rahmah, is out of Allah's mercy. Okay. So can you imagine that? I mean, some people may wonder how making the ship defective is Rahmah, is mercy, out of mercy of Allah. If you look to the whole situation and imagine that the king took this ship, this unjust king took this ship because it's undefective, you can see right now the mercy of Allah in inspiring Al-Khidr to make it defective. If you imagine that this young boy who was killed, and this young boy become an adult and he turned his parents who were righteous, وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا. So his parents were righteous, and this uh, this tyrant adult, this tyrant boy who will become an adult, will make his parents disbelievers. So it's about saving their religion. So this is out of Allah's rahmah. Allah saved their religion by replacing them with uh, a good girl. Okay, so maybe they were sad at the moment, maybe they were crying for losing their children, but Allah saved their religion by taking away this child that would make them tired and maybe lose their religion. Um, for the third action, you know, Al-Khidr made the wall for this qaryah for the sake of two orphans, okay, who were supposed to be um, be an adult in order to extract their children. Okay, so if this wall fall, the villagers, the people of this village would discover the treasure under this wall and would take the treasures of those orphans. Okay, so Allah inspired Al-Khidr to prepare this wall for the sake of those orphans because their their um their grandfather, scholars said that maybe the seventh grandfather was righteous. So, what can we take away from this? The righteous parents and even grandparents is reflected in the righteous of children. So, if you are righteous, Allah may honor your your child and your uh, even grandchildren for your own sake. Okay, so this is one thing. The second thing is that trust Allah's mercy. All Allah's actions is out of His mercy. Maybe you don't see behind the situations, you don't know the wisdom, you don't know the purpose behind each and every situation, but I just want you to remember these situations, how they look outwardly evil, but deeply inside they are out of Allah's mercy. Okay, we need to remember these situations when we are wondering about some circumstances that we have no clue regarding them or no clue to the purpose behind them. Okay. As for Allah Al-Alim, Allah's knowledge is so comprehensive and He knows the seen and the unseen. So Allah knows your future and He is planning for you what is the best for you. So your scope is so limited. You are just judging based on the situation you are in. But Allah's knowledge is so comprehensive. Okay, He knows that this is happen right now. What is happening right now for you is good because something will happen later on, and Allah is preparing you for something greater. Okay, because He knows the seen and the unseen, the hidden, present, and future. Your whole story is Allah, within Allah's knowledge. Okay, so just to trust Allah's plan, just to know also that everything you do is known by Allah because He is Al-Alim. Nothing goes unnoticed. So also we need to show Allah how we are obedient to Him, how we are true servants to Him, in order to get His pleasure and um, Allah will not let down His true servants. Make sure of this. Allah is also Al-Hakim, so all Allah's actions are done out of His mercy, out of His wisdom. Okay, so He possessed the ability to determine right from wrong, and all His actions are free from error and misunderstanding. So just to trust that all your future is within Allah, within the hands of Allah Al-Hakim. So He designs your line for uh, for you perfectly. Okay. So let's continue. So what should we do after understanding the meaning of these verses? Um, Allah is Al-Alim and Al-Hakim. صحيح. Okay. I just want another sister to read this to-do list, and I want you also to think about adding to this list. Who can read? Sister, um, I'm not sure whether Sister Idam is still with us or not. Uh, if she is not, I can ask Sister Yasmin to read this list. Sister Yasmin, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sadat.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What should I do? To be patient and polite in seeking knowledge. To be patient with something even when I do not know the purpose behind it. To be satisfied with Allah's decrees even if I do not know the reality of things. To thank Allah in the event of calamity as I might be protected from what is worse. To be so humble that I admit my mistake and ask for forgiveness. To provide hospitality for righteous Muslims. To do good even if I do not receive anything in return.
Yeah, Jazakallahu khairan.
وإياك
Uh, so I need to be like Musa alayhi salam, to be patient and polite in seeking knowledge. Think about his journey and think about his motto. He said from the very beginning, لا أبرح حتى أبلغ. I will not stop until I reach the point of meeting with Al-Khidr, who is knowing more than me. So I need to have this persistence, this patience for in seeking knowledge. Some people just give words, but they don't take actions. They say we wanted to attend the tafsir classes for Surah Al-Kahf because we are reading it each Friday, and when we see the attendance, we find very few people. They said we want recitation correction classes, and teacher Shaima told me that there are just a few people who enter, maybe 3 or 4. So people are perfect in giving promises, and giving pledges, and giving uh, sayings, but when who is performing and taking actions? Very, very few sincere people. I know we are all showered with matters that make us busy and so on, but we need to take actions in coming closer to Allah, and we try to manage our time and dedicate time for things that are really worthy. Okay, especially in seeking knowledge, because this is so important. And if you don't have patience, you cannot seek knowledge. You will not stand up. Okay, maybe you will attend one class. Unfortunately, people even don't have patience in seeing recorded classes. They told me classes are so long, it's like 1 hour or 2 hours. What's wrong? Did you find it's too much for you to give 2 hours to Allah weekly just to learn more about the meaning of the words of Allah? This is the guidance. I mean, the Quran is the message of Allah to us. So we should spend all our life in learning this message and trying to act upon and implement the teachings of this message. So we need to be more patient in seeking knowledge, um, because people have become um, so in hurry. They don't want to stand up. They cannot stand up watching like 2 hour class or 1 hour and a half or something like this. They just want reels that takes like 1 second or or 1 minute maximum. So we need to be more patient. Um, we need to be also patient with someone who is learning. Uh, and also we need to be patient with something that I don't know the purpose behind it. Okay, so if I don't know the purpose behind having calamity in my life or having a hardship, I need to just to be satisfied, at least to be satisfied and show patience and not reject it to Allah's decrees, even if I don't know the purpose behind it or I don't know the wisdom behind it. Um, I need to be satisfied with all Allah's decrees because I trust the hadith. عجبا لأمر المؤمن إن أمره كله له خير. We have just mentioned this hadith few minutes ago. I also need to thank Allah in even in the event of calamity. If you know about Allah's wisdom and if you know about Allah's mercy, you will be thankful for Him even in the event of calamity because I know maybe Allah protecting me from what is worse. Maybe Allah uh is wanting to upgrade me to a higher degree or a higher rank in paradise. May Allah wanted to give me more reward in the hereafter. So there are many possibilities, and I'm sure that Allah is doing what is the best for me. Okay, just to surrender to Allah's decrees and make dua to alleviate for you this calamity and make it easy for you and everything go in safely and smoothly, inshallah. Um, I need also to be humble that I made I mean by admitting my mistake. Okay, so um, when Al-Khidr blamed Musa for breaching their agreement, he said, "Yes, I made a mistake. Please forgive me," and so on. So we need to have this kind of humbleness in admitting our mistakes and asking for forgiveness because some people are so arrogant to ask another one for forgiveness. I also need to provide hospitality for Muslims, especially the righteous Muslims. For all Muslims in general, and especially for righteous Muslims, we need to exaggerate in offering hospitality and be so generous to them. I also need to do good even if I don't receive anything in return. Do things for the sake of Allah because we are supposed to receive rewards from Allah, not from people. Don't expect anything from people. Okay? Do things only for the sake of Allah. Thank you, Sister Safiya, for putting this list. I will read it right now, and I want you to add to it. I must not feel shy in seeking knowledge from someone who is having more knowledgeable than me in a particular field. Very important point. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Yes, some people feel shy to learn from someone who is maybe younger than them, maybe who is um, um, less knowledgeable. I mean, he see this is I'm a doctor, I'm a professor. How can I learn from someone who is less than me in his job or something like this? Maybe this someone is more knowledgeable than you in particular field related to religion and so on. Okay. There is no harm in expressing my human shortcomings while traveling, like hunger, thirst. Yes, I should uh, seek my natural needs. Okay, seek to fulfill my natural needs. I also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects the children of the righteous people. Wonderful point. So if you are worrying about your children, just work on yourself. Be righteous. Don't it, don't it think about your children and what will happen for them if I die. No, Allah will suffice them if you are righteous. Okay, so just work in your children if you are worrying about your children. Allah will protect them for you if you are righteous. Um, Always respect the things your companions says cannot your companions says cannot tolerate. What do you mean by this poem? Sister Safina, would you elaborate on this
Means
point?
yes, Ustada, it means that if my friend says that he or she cannot tolerate something, I must not do it. I must not irritate them.
Yeah, I should keep be in agreement with this companion, okay? Not try to search for points of disagreement in order if I wanted to keep this companionship, right? Um, okay, thank you also for bringing this. And even if I needed to separate for any reason, I need to clarify the reasons politely and with respect and separate. It's not the end of words, okay? Some people take it harshly. You wanted to separate from me, you are so and so and so, and I burned you a lot, and and they started conquering the others. So we need uh, to be in agreement and tolerate the shortcomings of our companions. Try to cope up, and if we cannot, we can uh, separate, but with clarification of reasons. Friends must not be rough in conduct with each other with the excuse of being friends. Of course, we need to be easygoing and to be um, uh, good to each other. Killing is one of the major sins, of course. Killing others and killing suicide, also one of major thing. So we should, of course, avoid and even to denounce these actions. Okay, this is inkar al-munkar. I mean to clarify to people this is not something usual. Okay, I need to because some people when they keep silent uh, after some time it becomes usual, okay, so that's why we are supposed to denounce the unusual things, the haram things, okay, so this is also so important to clarify to people as Musa did. Dealing with a friend, being honest, sincere, and express with each other rather than being loud, boastful, abusive, and backbite. Yeah, this is also so important. And instead of backbiting each other and talking about each other badly and even scandaling each other, we need uh, to try to reach a point of agreement. If we cannot, we can separate with clarification of reasons politely. Okay, so we need to have this etiquette of being uh, in companion of each other, and also if we need to separate from each other. So let's move to Tadabbur. So, Sister Munaza, welcome back. Would you please start reading this part? I need to think. Hmm. Number one. Okay, let me just read the number one in the Tadabbur. I need to ask myself, do I show patience with a matter I have no knowledge of purpose behind it? No knowledge or the purpose behind it. I mean, regarding uh my situations, my daily situations, what happened to me, do I show patience with all matters, even if I don't know the purpose behind it, I don't know the wisdom behind it? This is how I should test whether I'm acting upon the verses I have learned today or not. I should ask myself, and also I need to Give thought to the future outcome. What will happen? What will I gain if I really show patience? What will I lose if I don't show patience? Okay. So what will I gain? Sister Monaza, would you please read this part in green? If you cannot read, then you can ask Sister Khawla to read this part in green. Sister Safina, go ahead.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أستاذة.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Only, only those who are
Yes.
patient shall receive their rewards in full, without hisab, without limits, reckoning. Quran, Al-Quran, Surah 39, Ayah 10. And be patient. Surely Allah is with those who are patient. Those will be rewarded with the highest place in paradise because of their patience. Therein they shall be met with greetings and the word of peace and respect. Our Prophet, our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whoever persists in being patient, Allah will make him patient. Nobody can be given a blessing better and greater than patience." Al-Bukhari. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "No fatigue, no disease, no sorrow, no sadness, no hurt, no distress befalls a Muslim, even if it were the prick he receives from a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins for that." Al-Bukhari. Be mindful of Allah and be patient, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Verily, patient is the first strike." Sahih Bukhari. And make dua.
Yeah, Jazakallahu khairan. So, in order to encourage myself to be patient with all matters that happen to me, with all calamities happen to me, I need to encourage myself and give thought to the future outcome. What will I gain? What will I lose? Allah mentioned many Quranic verses related to the reward of sabr. Okay. إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. Only those who are patient will receive the rewards in full. بغير حساب, without limit, without reckoning. Okay. So they receive their rewards in full. Where? In paradise, in the hereafter. So don't expect Allah to take revenge of the tyrant person in this life. This might happen and this might not happen, but make sure that you will receive your full reward in the hereafter. Okay, maybe this would be the reason, your patience would be the reason for you to enter paradise without hisab, without reckoning, without be holding accountable for all single deeds. Okay, um, be patient. Surely Allah is with those who are patient. Inna Allah ma'a sabirin. Allah is with patience, with His mercy, with His support. Okay, so if you are even striving to be patient, Allah will be with you. أولئك يجزون الغرفة بما صبروا. Those who will be with the highest place in paradise because of their religion. So if you are looking to the highest place in paradise, just be patient. This is the way. Okay. ويلقون فيها تحية وسلاما. They will be therein they shall be met with greetings and the word of peace and respect. So patient people will have very wonderful reward in the hereafter. So we need to be patient in everything, not just the patience with calamities. Be patient with your way of seeking knowledge. Be patient with your children and don't punish them or at the moment. Be patient with people who are harsh on you, who are showing you or treating you violently or something like this. I mean, we need to practice patience in acts of worship. I mean, be patient in striving yourself to read Quran and to memorize the Quran and so on, and be patient um, with people as well. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "No fatigue, no disease, no sorrow, no sadness, no hurt, nor distress befall a Muslim. ما يصيب المسلم من نصب ولا مرض ولا حزن ولا هم." Okay, so everything that befall upon a Muslim, Allah, even if it's the brick حتى الشوكة يشاكها, even if the brick he receives it from a throne, but Allah expiates some of his sins. So if you look to the every calamity you have and every hardship that falls upon you, this is like expiation for your sins. This is like an erase of your sins. Okay, so be mindful of Allah and be patient. Okay, so you need to be patient, as Prophet ﷺ said. Patience is at the first strike. إنما الصبر عند الصدمة الأولى. So some people show patience but later on, but it's your test is at the first strike. Okay, so if you are struck with a very bad news, just to say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, because Allah said in the Quran, الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة. Okay, so those people who once they are struck with الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة, calamity, say إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون, all we will return to Allah. We are belonging to Allah. إنا لله, we are belonging to Allah and we will return to Him. Once you said this, you have the mercy of Allah. أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم. You have salawat from Allah. You have mercy from Allah. ورحمة. Okay, so just to make sure to remember this phrase once you are struck with a calamity, إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. This is very important to say it at the first strike of a calamity. And of course, you need to make dua for Allah to grant you sabr for memorizing Quran, to grant you sabr in treating your children, to grant you sabr in every hard situation, because it's all about Allah who can do this for you. Also, this is a dua. I just need a sister to read it. This is Sayyid al-Istighfar. Okay, Sister Yasmin. I can read it in Arabic and I ask someone to read it in English. This is also so relevant to dua that we can I mean recite in the morning and in the evening. اللهم إني عبدك ابن عبدك ابن أمتك ناصيتي بيدك ماض في حكمك عدل في قضاؤك أسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن ربيع قلبي ونور صدري وجلاء حزني وذهاب همي. The Prophet said if you read this dua, Allah will relieve you of any distress. Okay, so this is dua for those people who are suffering from any distress. I just need someone to read the English translation.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I read,
Yeah, go
Ustaz?
ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. O Allah, I am your slave, and the son of your male slave, and the son of your female slave. My forehead is in your hand, that is, you have control over me. Your judgment upon me is assured, and your decree concerning me is just. I ask you by every name that you have named yourself with, revealed in your book, taught any one of your creation, or kept unto yourself in the knowledge of the unseen that is with you, to make the Quran the, the spring of my heart and the light of my chest and the banisher of my sadness and the reliever of my distress. Amen.
Yeah, I mean, so this is why I encourage you to learn about it. I mean to memorize it or even try to practice reading it in Arabic. Um, our final stage is always tazkiyah plan, and it's about two things: to purify ourselves from the shortcoming. I need to purify myself from. This is at-tathhir. The first stage is at-tathhir, and the second stage is at-tatwir. What qualities do I need to cultivate or adopt based on the meanings of the verses we recited today? So I just need sister to read these points after under each stage.
Tazkiyah
Go
can
ahead.
plan cleanliness to stop showing dissatisfaction when I go through the hard times, to purify myself of arrogance by seeking knowledge from those in lower uh,
Positions,
portion
positions. I mean,
positions.
if I'm a professor, if I'm a doctor, if I'm an engineer, it's not a problem to seek knowledge from those people who are less than me in education rank, but they are more knowledgeable than me in certain fields related to religion, for example.
Second, development to participate patience and offer thanks to Allah for all decrees. To say Allah knows best regarding things I have no knowledge about, to treat people with mercy without expecting something in return.
Yeah, Jazakallahu khairan. So I need,
Yes.
number one, to purify myself from what? Something many people do, showing dissatisfaction with Allah's decrees when they go through hard times, when they go through related to maybe money, loss of money, loss of a child, illness or something like this. They show dissatisfaction. Shouldn't be the case for Muslims. They should always show patience and satisfaction with all decrees. Okay, and even be thankful for Allah. If you know that Allah is Al-Hakim and He has the wisdom behind everything He do for you, He doesn't want to overburden you. Allah is the Rahim. So He just wanted to put you in a test to see what will you do. And held you accountable based on this. Allah knows ahead what you will do, but He cannot hold you accountable out of His justice unless you are bought in a test. Okay, so we need to stop dissatisfaction with Allah's decrees, especially of course the hard times. I need to purify myself from arrogance and find no problem to learn from people who are uh, maybe even lower than me, not in education position, but maybe lower than me in the social position. Okay, if I am rich, I find no problem to learn from poor people, poor Muslims. Okay, if they are more knowledgeable than me in this certain area. And also need to practice patience and offer thanks, as we said, to all decrees. You see, الرضا بالقضاء والقدر. This is one principle of our iman, okay, uh, of our faith. And الرضا, it has like ranks, you see. Some people just show patience, but they deeply inside they are not satisfied. This is have one point, okay? Some people show patience and they are satisfied, but they don't offer thanks for Allah for hard situations. This has 2 points. Some people are patient, satisfied, and even offer thanks for Allah, uh, because in the event of hard times, because they think that Allah, I mean, they believe that Allah protected them from what is worse. Okay, so they think what could be worse, and they thank Allah for having um this um this this calamity. Okay, even Umar ibn Khattab give us a piece of advice related to this matter. He told you, when you are struck with a calamity, first, thank Allah that this calamity is not in your deen, it's not in your religion. Okay, everything else can be compensated, but if the problem is in your religion, this is something so serious. Okay, so first thank Allah it's not in your religion. Find the console yourself with the death of the prophet, because this is the most hard uh, hard calamity for Muslims at that time. So console yourself with the death of the prophet. um, and what else? um, and look to the people uh, who have who have been tested with situations harder. Okay, so that you can be thankful for Allah for having this test. Okay. um so here to say Allah knows best regarding anything I don't know. Okay. um don't give don't give um fatwa even for those people who are asking you about saying something, just to say I don't know, Allah knows best, I have no knowledge about that. And to treat people with mercy, okay, without expecting something in return. Don't expect anything from people. People will let you down, okay? So don't expect anything from anyone, just to do for the sake of Allah alone, and don't expect anything in return, okay? So that's the lesson of today. Next time, inshallah, we are going to explain the responses and clarifications of Al-Khidr alayhi salam for all his actions, for his 3 actions in the journey we highlighted today. So do you have any question? Hmm. Do you have any question? Okay,
No, Sada, we are good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So I just want you to,
Ustazah, I have a question.
sorry,
Is it true? I have a question, Ustazah.
go ahead, please.
Is this true when Allah loves someone dearly? So Allah test him with severe tests.
Yeah, yeah. The more you are closer to Allah, the harder you will be, the harder test will be. But Allah know, Allah knows that you will be up to this test. Okay, as I told you, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. So the test then will be within also your capacity, because you will be qualified and prepared enough to um to bear this test and to receive it with sabr and with patience and with satisfaction. So think about the test of Yusuf alayhi salam. After um, he was released from a سجن, from the prison, and he said وقد أحسن بي إذ أخرجني من السجن. Although he was put in the prison in justice, he didn't do anything for the wife of Al-Aziz, and he was put there out of injustice um of the government then. Okay, but he didn't see anything, but he just see the ihsan, the goodness of Allah, that he released him from that situation. So you will be like this mentality. You will not see the hard situation, but you will just see the mercy and the the goodness that Allah will give you inside this test. I just want you to make sure that no test is pure heart. Okay, you will see the mercy inside. Okay, so this I think this um answers your question, right?
نعم أستاذة جزاك الله خير أستاذة. I have a friend. She was possessed by jinn so many years, but she made ruqya by herself, not make shirk with Allah. She has so many patients. She was so kind-hearted. Now she was tested. She lost her eyesight. Now she became so impatient. Every time she tell me now I don't have any patient. Even she has go to India to to operate her eyes. No use. Doctor tell her can't do operation. Now she return
Mm-hmm.
to back, but now she became so impatient because she tell me so many years she has take patient. She don't hurt nobody, but why Allah take her eyesight now because she want her eyes because she works. She have no mother, no father. She has to work to feed herself. Now she lose her eyesight. So what can I?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
encourage her, but
Yeah.
she became so impatient.
Yeah, I just want you to tell her that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "من فقد حبيبته دخل الجنة." من فقد حبيبته, who those who lost the apple of their eyes, means the eyesight. Okay, apple حبيبته means the eyesight, means he cannot see with his two eyes. Okay, he lost his sight completely, and show patience, دخل الجنة, enter paradise. So if you think that we, with all good deeds we are doing, we cannot guarantee Jannah, but the Prophet ﷺ guaranteed the Jannah for you if you show patience. Okay. I also remember another situation when a woman who um, who was struck with an illness which is called the As-Sara. I don't have in mind the translation of this illness, but the problem with this illness is that when she have this trauma or this it like a strike of this illness, it makes the hair naked, you see, so some parts of her body appeared, okay, in the street. So this woman um went to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him to pray for her to be cured from this disease or from this illness, because she was so shy. See, can you imagine parts of her body appeared before of all people in the street because she is struck by this illness? Um, and the Prophet ﷺ give her two options. If you wanted to me to make dua for you and to be cured at the moment, or you show patience and you have paradise. The woman is to opt for the second choice, which is to be patient and have paradise. So we wanted to have this mentality. Okay, paradise deserve to be patient. Okay, I know the life is hard and maybe she need to work and so on, but she I mean exerted all efforts to seek medical solutions and so on, but she didn't find. So we need to just surrender to Allah as well and say Alhamdulillah that we are alive. And even blind people can practice many jobs right now. We have, you see, tech, um, top technology. I mean, she may search and ask people about how um, those blind people can work. Uh, I know some of even my colleagues who are visually impaired and they are working like me in teaching and in translation and so on. So Alhamdulillah, the world is progressing and is finding technology solutions for those people. So hopefully this answer could work, and I can also search for in English. I mean, I can search for the two hadiths I have just told you about, so that you can send these hadiths to her. Maybe this would be like console for her, and may Allah reward her and make her eyesight come back again.
Ameen.
Amin.
Jazakallah khair, Ustazah, for your
آمين you
lovely
too.
dua. Barakallahu
آمين.
feek, Ustazah.
آمين يا رب وإياكم.
Ameen.
Do you have any more questions? Okay, I don't want you to stop practicing and listening to the recordings of teacher Shaimat. She really exerted a lot of effort in these recordings. Start memorizing Surah Al-Kahf. It really deserves your effort. And think about Musa alayhi salam. Despite his old age, he is striving, and he said, "لن أبرح حتى أبلغ." Take it as your motto. لن أبرح حتى أبلغ. I will not stop memorizing until I finish the Surah Al-Kahf, inshallah. And do show Allah your patience in this. Maybe you have the reward of patience in this dunya and in the paradise, inshallah. See you
Ameen.
next week,
Ameen.
inshallah. آمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. See you next Friday, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.